Hello my crafty friends, Corinne here and welcome to my YouTube page, Corinne Crafts. I hope you are well and I hope you have had a brilliant crafty weekend. Now it's Monday, it's the first Monday of September. So what does that mean? It means it's time to launch my next colour challenge. Oh my goodness me, have I got the most beautiful colours for you. These are the colours. Look at the blue, the green, the yellow, the pink and the purple. Look at that composition using all those colours. Isn't that absolutely stunning? I am loving this month's colours. I've got quite a few autumnal colours, but I wanted to save those till autumn. This is September. It's the last chance of summer. Some beautiful summer colours. Now, what I have created is I've created a lovely project for you. This is my project using those colours. Isn't that a perfect match? There we go. There's the colours. There's the card. You'll see. Absolutely perfect. So what I want you to do is I want you to watch the tutorial, please. See how I have put the card together. Then I want you to take this colour palette. It's not about the design of the card this time. It's about this colour palette. And I want you to create your own project using these colours and then post it on my Facebook page. And at the end of September, I will pick one winner who I think has just absolutely nailed the colours. Now, please don't be offended if I don't pick you. I have so many wonderful entries, but I will just have to pick one winner. It'll probably be at random anyway. And it can be in any medium. It can be in pens. It can be paper. It can be inks. It can be fabric. It can be gilding waxes. No, I don't mean gilding waxes. I mean paste, glitter paste. That's the word I was looking for. It can be whatever you want it to be. Just all you need to do is approximately, because I know not everyone's going to have this, approximately hit that colour palette and then you could be in with a chance of winning. So let's see how I made this card. And I hope this inspires you to have a go too. I really do love this time of the month when I get to show you the new colours for my colour challenge. So here we go. These are, as I've just shown you, the colours for this month. So we've got a lovely blue, a nice green. It's not a sagey green. It's got quite a lot of yellow in it. We've got a yellow that's got quite a lot of orange in. We've got a pink and we've got a purple. And here's sort of a composition using those colours. Or this composition is where these colours were extracted from, so you can see how they work so well together. Now, you know my ethos is all about looking at your crafty stash and using what you've got. So I looked at my pens that I've got and my brand. I know there are lots of different brands. I mean, Copics are a wonderful alcohol pen. So if you've been lucky enough to get those, you'll be able to have a look. But I've had a look and I've got my Crafter's Companion alcohol pens, and I think so I had a go, and as you can see on here, look, I think the perfect match for the blue is Ice Blue 3, so it's the darkest one on here. I think the perfect match for the green, look at that, look how well that matches, is Yellow Green 1, so it's the palest one on here. If you go here, it's a lot darker. I think the yellow, I think that one is the right one. Yellow Green 3. So it's the mid-tone on my tri-blend there. For the pink, look how well these match. BP4, bright pink. I was just looking at that. 4. So that again is the middle one. It is perfect. You can see on there. And then HB3 was the best match I could get for the purple. The whole point of this is it's an approximation. So HB, Hydrangea Blend 3. If you've got Copics or you've got any other pens, then you'll be able to match them up. The other thing I did was I tried to match my ink pads up. So I thought Fuchsia was a good match. Honey Pot was a good match. Grasshopper, Oasis and Crushed Velvet. Don't you agree? They're good mix or good match as well. So yeah, if I try and put them so you can see them all at once, there you go. Hopefully you can see all of those as well. So you can see you can meet the colour challenge in lots of different ways. And I'm going to be using the inks and the pens. You might be choosing to use paper to meet the colour challenge, fabric, glitter pastes, gilding flakes. Oh, I'm trying to think what other different types of pens, pencils. I said fabric, haven't I? Yeah, all sorts of different items will meet this colour challenge. So let's have a go at how I had a go at making this. I'm just moving everything out of the way. So take a quick look. It'll be on my Facebook page and it'll be on this video. So have a look at that. And this is the colour challenge I would like you to try and approximately meet. So the first thing I want to do, let's make the card base. So my card base, I've got a card. So this started off as a 7x7, a card suitable for a 7x7 envelope. And I've just trimmed it down to about 6.5. So I've then got some black card to go on there. Then I'm going to do a white layer. But it's not going to be white. We're going to add some colour. And then the other one was, I started with a piece of card, 5.5 inches square. And all I've done, so you can see I've written on the back, it was 5.5 inches square. For me, I just did it roughly. It was 1.25 from one side and 1.75 from the other. So that when I put it on, I've got a little bit more depth that side than that. You could do it matching. It's entirely up to you. Now, on one of them that I've done, I've actually used a cutting blade to cut the edge. I spent a bit of time cutting it, repeating it, getting it cut. And then you'll see in a minute, I'm going to cover that edge. I just want something that will raise. I thought, why, Corinne, have you gone to all that trouble to do a wavy edge when you can't see it? So for this one, for the final version, I've got a straight edge. When you see my finished one that I've prepped, you'll see I've done it with a wavy edge. Makes no difference. Wavy edge, straight edge. Yeah, it's up to you. It's up to you. So this is my card base. So we're going to take this. Let's have a go with this. And we're going to put that on there. You can put a craft mat down, or I've just got a piece of card. I'm just protecting my table. And I've just had a look at my stencils. You know I love my stencils. So I've just found this lovely pattern. I've not put any sort of spray or anything on the back. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to take, can you see, my grasshopper and my oasis. So I'm going to take 2 blending brushes, a green and a blue, and I'm going to start with my green at the bottom. And I'm just going to I'm not going to come right down to the bottom. Now, one thing you could do is you could put a little bit of masking tape around the edge if you want a really clean edge. I'm just going to keep an eye on it. So I'm going to come in and I'm just going to come down to there. So I'm not going to go right to the edge. I'm just going to give myself a little bit of a border, a white border, but I'm making it quite approximate. So then I'm going to get my blue and I'll pick up that one and I'm just going to come down over here. Now actually I might have gone a little bit far with this already. So the good thing to do is to get your cut piece of card and put that on. Now look at that. When I put that on, all you can see is the green. So I need to bring the blue down a bit further. Otherwise I might as well have just done green. All of this blue is actually hidden under there. So I'm coming down with the blue over that green. We could put a little bit of blue at the edges. Just down there. So we've changed the colour of that green completely by adding the blue. I'm just adding a bit of the blue to the edge. Let's have a quick put that on so I can see. That's much better now. So I've got the changing colours, haven't I, on there. So that's all I'm going to do with the blue. Just like that. No point putting it there. It's going to be covered. So I'm not going to waste my time. So that's my base layer. So shall we put that on the card? Let's do this, build this as we go. So any glue that you like, or you can use your tacky glue. You can use your synthetic glues, your solvent based, you can use your tape pens. It's entirely up to you. So I'm going to go in with black. I could have done a coloured layer, but I thought I wouldn't. I would just come in with black. I'm just going to move those out of the way. Don't know what I'm like. So let's put the black on first. I might actually just trim a little bit off the bottom of this when I've finished. Put that on. There we go. Then I'm going to put this one on. Let's make sure I've got it open in the right way. Yeah, because I definitely want that. 5 3/4. So that's where we are with that one. I wrote it on the back. I forget that I'm starting to try and do that, just so that I remember. Make sure I go to the corners. and that's got to come down into this bottom corner. We can put that on there like that. I'm going to get my cloth. Just going to give myself a rub, make sure if there's any glue oozing out that I'm catching that, getting rid of that. And then if you want to, you can then come in with your pressure tool just to squidge that glue, give it a good burnish. There we go. Good burnish. I mean, this is a stamping pressure tool, but we do this. So there we go. So I hope you are enjoying this series with my colour challenges. I'm getting lots and lots of people entering them, so I'm really chuffed with that. Okay, so my next one is the one with the piece cut off. If you wanted to, you could obviously do that, cut it afterwards. It's entirely up to you, but I just helped me to see what I was doing. So I've got dots this time. I'm going to lay that over the top, and this time I'm going to go with pink and yellow. I didn't actually end up using the purple at this point, but just because it was just a little bit too strong. 2 more blending brushes. So I've got my yellow and my pink. Put the yellow over there, and then I'm not going to cover the whole thing. I'm just going to randomly pick bits to do the yellow, and I think this works for not doing the whole. And then I'm going to do the pink, and I'm going to blend them over the top of each other. Let's come down here. This can go off the end if you want. Well, you can do any of it anyhow you want. And I do like to blend over. So I'm not going to go too dark. I've probably gone darker than I maybe thought. It's quite nice to use the last bit of ink off your blending tools. But can you see where they're crossing over? Can you see straight away I've made a lovely sort of orangey colour. Let's try and bring a bit more in. I want maybe a tiny little bit of pink up at the top. Then I can use my blending brush to drag it off. The great thing is when the inks hit the stencil, because they're plastic, the ink sits on it, and then when you go back in, you can blend it beautifully off the stencil. So you can just get that little bit of colour if you want. Just going over just with a clean blending brush, just to add in. You can always put your finger over and give it a lift. Look at that. Doesn't that look amazing? I love that, and I love how it runs away to there. So that is all I'm going to do with that. Now that wants to go on the base with a bit of foam tape just on there. So straight away, if we bring in our colour challenge, there we go. You can see I've already started to hit those colours. Let's move it over a bit. Can you see? We're really getting those colours. Okay, so actually I'm going to use the one with the curved edge only because I've put foam tape on it and it would be wasting it. So I'm going to stick that down. I'm going to put the lids on all my inks and clear up a little bit, and then I'll be right back. So this is where we have got to. So you can see we've got the pink, we've got the yellow, we've got the blue, and we've got the green all working together on our card base and looking absolutely beautiful. Tenfold, you know I love a tenfold. So that can go away for a few minutes. We're going to put that up there. And next, I'm going to bring in a stamp set. Now, you know my ethos is about digging out what you've already got. And this is a Dawn Bibby flower patch. Now, I don't know whether it came... It said it was done by Create and Craft, so Create and Craft must have done it. I don't think it was a freebie one on anything, but I don't need those from it. I don't think I've ever really much used it. Those were the only 2 stamps that looked like they'd ever been used. I think they're lovely. They're sort of those hand-drawn, graffiti type flowers. So I'm loving those. So all I'm going to do is get my foam mat. I'm going to get a piece of Nina card or whatever you like to do your stamping on. I'm going to get a stamping block and I'm going to stamp a couple of flowers. Now, this won't be all of the flowers that I use, and I'm going to show you how I cut them out. I'm hoping I can insert a little video that I've just done separately. So all I've done is my Memento, which is, it says on the back here, it's a water-based ink pad. So the fact that it's water-based means that it will not run when you use your alcohol pens, because remember, opposites attract. So you don't want to use a dye-based ink pad with alcohol pens. You want to use a water-based ink pad. So I'm going to turn this around and I'm just going to stamp that one on there, just like that. Doesn't that look lovely? So much fun. Let's get another stamp. We've got this version in a smaller. I've got that there. We've also got some lovely leaves. There's quite a few different leaves. I can put all of those on my rocker block at once. Now you'll see I've left a bit of a gap between each one, and that's because I'm going to be cutting these out. Now these aren't don't have any dye, or I don't have any dyes that go with these, so they need cutting out by hand, or you can use something like your Scan and Cut. So you fill this up with as many of these stamps as you want, and then you can cut them out. Like I say, you can cut them out by hand, and I'll insert a video now of how, just at starting, to cut these out. Okay, so let's have a look at my Scan and Cut, cutting lots of these out. Okay, so once the Scan and Cut has cut them out, you're going to end up with, they're going to look like this. I love this because look at that. You've almost got like, you've got the negative. Oops, I'm getting all the bits cobbled up. You've got the negative, look at that. So there's no cutting in. And what I've got, so that just shows you I've cut them out with the Scan and Cut rather than by hand. There was a couple here that didn't register, so I had to cut those out by hand. But what I've ended up with is all of these lovely flowers cut out. Now I'm not going to use all of these. I'm just going to use some. I was just stamping and then cutting. I think I need to do a little bit of work on my Scan and Cut. It's not cutting out absolutely perfectly, but I don't think I've used it for nearly 2 years. Okay, bring in my piece of card, bring in my pens, and we're going to do a little bit of colouring. So it's entirely up to you how you colour. Let's have a look at one. Let's find one. Let's go for this one. And I'm just going to do a bit of colour. So I'm going to use blue and purple for this one. I'll do a bit of yellow in the middle. So I'm going to go around with my blue. We said, let's bring this back in, Ice Blue 3, which is the darkest one. I will actually just do Ice Blue 2 first, I think. Let's do Ice Blue 2 first, because it means I can blend a little bit. This will look actually quite good if you don't like blending, because block colours, with it being like a graffiti flower, block colours will work really well. That's Ice Blue 1. So I want Ice Blue 3, so I can then come round the bottom. There we go, just a little bit darker. And then I'm going to come in with my HB3, which is that one. Am I sure that's the one I wanted? Yep. I'm going to come in with my HB3 and I'm going to come all over this bit. Just like that. And like that. So we're not doing any blending yet at all. I think it'll be all right if I do all of them. You can do lots of different techniques, different colours, but all the time I'm just using these 5 colours that I've identified match my colour chart. Right, so I've got that. So I'm going to come back in with my Ice Blue. Let's come back with Ice Blue 2. So just in case anybody is new to here, I launch my colour challenge on the first Monday of every month. I'm just blending these across so you can see less colour transition. So I launch it on the first Monday of every month. I always pick a colour palette, and you can see the colour palette today. And what I ask you to do is this will be on YouTube, but there will be a link, and it'll be in the description down there, to my Facebook page. And on my Facebook page will be a post. And all I ask is, if you make a project using this colour blend, that you post it onto my Facebook page. And at the end of the month, I will pick 1 or 2 winners. There we go. And I'll just send you a little gift. And I'll definitely send you this card that I'm making. So there's one done. Look at that. Isn't that fun? What else could I do? I could do these ones. I think these are quite fun. So what I would do with this is I would get my yellow. You can see that it's not cut out the best. I actually need to give this a bit of a trim. I need to realign my Scan and Cut, which I didn't do last night when I was doing this. So it hasn't actually cut them that well, but it's good enough. Yellow green 1, and then I'm just going to come up at the base and just add in a little bit of the green, just on here. So yeah, so I'd love to see your makes. I'd love to see how you're inspired. You don't have to make this project. You just have to use these colours. That's what it's all about. It's the colour, not the style. I've had fabric projects. I've had journals. I've had pictures in frames. We've had I had a beautiful birdhouse made out of colours. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? So it transitions from the yellow to the green. Let's do one more because I'm quite enjoying this. I'm going to do... Let's do this one. I'm just going to do this in the yellow. So I'm going to go with my lightest yellow. So yeah, it's lovely to see. Sorry, I keep getting distracted. Lovely to see. And please, please share your makes. I really do love it when you see it. If you want to just make a card like this, but in different colours, that is just absolutely excellent as well. Please share your makes. But if you want to use these colours and make your own project, you could be inspired by any of the projects I've made in the last, well, since I started my YouTube. That's entirely up to you. Then I would love that. If you could then take these colours and look at the project that I've made and do it in these colours, that would be even better. Or one of the styles. I just love that everybody is getting on board with this. So yeah, so it's really good fun. There we are. So I'm just blending that in and you can see, so I've now got a yellow flower. And you'll just carry on with all of these until you've got, so I've coloured in some of the larger leaves, all from that Dawn Baby floral set. I've got some of the yellows. I've done these ones in blue. Oh, there's more of those. I've done another one of those. The little one in pink, some yellows. What else have I got? I've got another one of those. Oh, I love this one. Look at this one. This large one. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, I don't need 3 of those, but I've just shown you how to colour them. I've got some more florals. The pink goes there. And then I love these little leaves. These are really good fun. Again, just using the yellow and green combination. So we've taken those. So we are nearly there. Now, the other thing I have done, you might have seen it because I brought it over to the table earlier, is I love this stamp set. I think this came out with a set of floral dies from Crafter's Companion. I'm pretty certain it did. When we got some floral dies and you got a box to put all your die cuts in because it was like a build a flower. I think these Simply Sentiments might have come out at the same time. What I love is they're framed. So what I have done is I have cut out many happy, or stamped and then cut out many happy returns. There we go. That happy is not straight, is it? I've just seen it on there. That is not straight. Let's see let's see if I can straighten that up a little bit. I might end up making more of a mess. Oh, that's much better. Much better. Okay, so we've got those. So now it's about applying them to the card. So let's again tidy up all the bits out of the way so that you don't get distracted. We don't need these because we've got all the coloured ones. So let's bring back the card. Put the card there. I'm going to do this with 3D glue gel just because that's the one I like. And then I'm going to start. So I'm going to start with this. Now, it's up to you whether you shape or whether you leave them as is. Let's have a go with a little bit of shaping. I'm going to do a lot of shaping. So let's turn this one over and let's just do a little bit of shaping on the back. This is just a last minute decision. I wasn't going to shape these, but it might just make them look a little bit better. You can just shape with your hands if you want to. There we go. And that one's going to go there. Now you can see straight away why I've said you don't need that curvy line because it's all going to be hidden. Then I think I might go, I'm either going to go blue next or purple next. Who knows? So let's just again do a little bit of shaping. If you wanted to, actually, these would probably shape better. Where have I just put those scissors I was cutting with? There. These would probably cut better if you cut down on that line. They will shape up a little bit more. Let's have a look. I'm adapting here as we go. So I'm not cutting right through to the middle. I'm just cutting down on that line. Oh, nearly missed one out there. because we've got some cutting rather, we can get some lovely shaping in all the way around. Just adds a little bit more dimension. And then we're going to come in with these lovely yellow ones. I might only need 2, we'll see, 2 or 3. We can always add another one in. And I've got these pink ones. I don't know how many of these I'm going to need. Oh, can't pick them up. I could cut them, but they seem to be working like that. Okay, so what we're going to do is, should we do that? That I think. So basically, I'm just going to create a lovely, what we could do is we could do a border like that, and then I could just chippy on that one on the edge. That looks nice, isn't it? And then I will then put in some foliage as well. Right, I need to stick those down, so watch me stick those down. I'll probably do it a little bit speeded up. Like I say, 3D glue gel just on the back, and put that onto there. The great thing about 3D glue gel is, as opposed to hot glue, you've got time to adjust and to move things around, so it doesn't all stick straight away. So right, I'll just carry on sticking these down. There you go. And now I've stuck those down, you can totally see why I didn't need that curve. When I was putting together, I thought, oh yeah, that curve will be lovely. Now I've done it, you can see I don't actually need it. So for these, I'm going to pop these onto here. Now I'm going to pop these on before I put my foliage on, because when I was placing it out, it was quite hard to do to fit them all in. So I'm going to just pop them on so that I know roughly where they need to go. And then I'll take the foam off the back, and then I'll put the foliage on. I've got plenty of time. As I said, it's 3D glue gel, so it gives me a good half an hour to play around with them. Put that one just there, and then the happy can go just there. I love this sort of stepped effect. It looks really, really effective. You could put a coloured card behind these, but I didn't think I needed to. I just like the white look on there. So trying to make sure that they're all evenly spaced. So there. Now, flowers, as I always say, look fantastic, but they do need anchoring down. So I've got some foliage, and I'm just going to slide this into here. Just one, and another one just there. I love this little bit of foliage. I've got some bigger pieces, so I'm going to I might actually just take off the bottom bits off there so that I can slide that. I need some glue under there, underneath. Let's just slide that under there like that. Now I want to come out on this side as well, so what I could do actually, and I'll do it with this one first. Let's go to there, just so that I'm not trying to hide as much. Put a little bit of wet glue on, and then can you see how I'm purposely, and you can always go underneath, I'm purposely trying not to make it perfectly symmetrical. I'm trying to make it just a little bit different, so that one will look lovely on there, and I could do with a few more bits on this side. I just love that sort of, what's the look? It's not graffiti, but do you know what I mean? That sort of childlike colouring look to it, which I think is so, so pretty. And then I'm going to do one more foliage. And then I'll put that one in there. There we go. How about like that? So the only other thing you might want to do, I wouldn't come in with gems to match the colours, because I don't think it needs it. So what I'm thinking, and I'm thinking on my feet here, is I might get a couple of these gems to, oh, that wants to be a bigger one. This wasn't planned at all. So I've got my water drop gems in there. So that looks really good fun. because it's sort of, you can still see the colouring behind. I love this, just adapting as we go. So let's just go a middle size one, oops, into there. And I'm dropping all of my gems. I'm not doing very well here. There we go. No, that needs to be a big one, doesn't it? That looked very silly in there. Let's put that one on there. There we go. Oh, that bounced off and hit the window and came back somewhere. I'll find that one when I finished. Let's put that one on there. There we go. That'll do. If I wanted to put smaller ones on, I could always do smaller ones on these end ones just here. Don't have to do them on them all, but that looks quite sweet on those. And then what I could do is where I've got the dots, I could just put a couple of these just in the white spaces, because I think they definitely work better in the white spaces where I've just left those. I need a fifth one. Where am I going to put my fifth one? Let's just put a fifth one just there. Definitely needs to be 5. There you go. That is that. So that is my first card for September colour challenge, matching those colours. Do you think it matches? Do you think I've hit the colour brief? Oops, I'm throwing bits and pieces away. Let's move those that way. Do you think I've hit the colour brief? That's my brief. Do all those. And this is a project that I've made. I think I have. And it's a bit different. It's something completely different to anything that I've made before, but I am absolutely loving it. So as I said, there will be a post on my Facebook page, Corinne Robinson, and I'll put the link in down here, and you can then put any projects that you make using these colours onto there. Please go and have a look at the sorts of things that people have posted for previous months, and you'll see so much inspiration. It doesn't have to be this style. Just has to be these colours, and it can be any medium you want. And we are such a friendly bunch over on my Facebook page. Nobody is going to critique them. There is so much love for all of the projects that you make. So I hope you join in. Thank you for watching. I'll send this card out to whoever gets selected for this month's colour challenge. So yeah, you'll get that with a little note and a tiny little gift from me. So I hope you like it. Please don't forget to click on the links. And if you want to support my YouTube page, there is a link also to my Buy Me a Coffee page as well, which I really do appreciate. So thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. I have loved creating this. It's been so much fun. I hope you've enjoyed some of the hints and tips, a bit like cutting them out, you know, and getting all of those. But please join in and let me see what you can make with this colour palette. So until next time, I'll be posting again tomorrow on Tuesday as usual. At this moment in time, I don't know what it'll be, but I'm sure it'll be lovely. So please come back tomorrow on Tuesday to see what I have got to show you. So until then, my crafty friends, thank you for watching. Take care. Enjoy your crafty time and enjoy time with your wonderful families, and I'll see you all very soon. Take care for now. Bye.